All right, we got a ball game. I'm eating a little dinner, so I don't like to eat on camera. Yo, 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 yo. 6-1 Toronto Blue Jays in the house. Earl Skakel in the house. I don't eat on camera. I don't like how Mary Hart leaves the game early. What a bitch. Earl Skakel in the house. You'll see my face in the house. 9th inning. No outs. Man on first. Freddie Freeman on deck. I mean, interesting that the Blue Jays went with their closer. Hit deep, but not deep enough, baby. Fuck yeah. No more Playboy stories. That was it. I only been there twice. But most people don't get in there once. So, all right, here we got steady Freddie Freeman in the house. Hoffman, the closer, in. Whoa! 96 inside. What a. Yeah, especially if you're a Dodger fan. I mean, they got to get something. But you know what? It's, if they lose this game tonight, they win Friday. It's one game series. Dave Roberts don't look too happy. Ohtani don't look too happy either, but he got $800 million in the bank. So don't worry about it. Score me, please. Okay, ninth inning, baby. The Toronto Blue Jays up 6-1. 1 out, man on first. Steady Freddie Freeman up to bat. The count is 2-1. 2-2. The Blue Jays have their closer Hoffman on. Even though they're up 5 runs, they're not fucking around. Earl Skakel in the house. Struck him out. 2 outs, 1 man on. Blue Jays up 6-1. Yeah, I don't know what kind of stream this will be. We'll do an hour. Hit the like and subscribe button if you can. You know, I'm just a humble YouTube streamer. All right, we got Teoscar Hernandez, 2 for 3, 2 singles. 95 right down the middle. I tell you, the idiots wearing Blue Jays jerseys, you better watch it in that parking lot, man, because I've been in that parking lot when the Dodgers lose. It's a fucking war zone. Trust me on that one. All right, 0-2. 6-1. Some very sad Dodger fans looking. I mean, the sad-looking group in that front row behind home plate. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, hit the like and subscribe. But I mean, I've been in that parking lot, man. You know, the Dodgers have they have a fan base that there might be some gangbangers in it. So if I were the Blue Jay fans right now, and you're in that stadium, and this score holds up, I would put a sweater on. But that's just me. Yeah, that guy got fucked up. What up, AC/DC in the house? All right, 2-2 pitch. The Blue Jays are up 3-2, baby. All right. We got a ball game now. Game 5 winner when series is tied 2-2 wins 67% of the series and have won 6 of the last 7. So, you know, I mean, that's a tough one. Dodgers had their ace Snell on the mound, so we'll see what happens. We got a ball. We got a series here now. I don't know what that means. Well, that's Shandy Girl is in Australia. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, it's not looking good for the Dodgers. But they're 1 game down. I mean, the Blue Jays were 1 game down. Now they're 1 game up. So, I mean, this just goes to show you gotta fucking, you gotta play the games. I mean, I don't know what the payroll of the Blue Jays is, but the Dodger payroll is fucking insane. So, they should win every game. But, you have to play the games. So, we'll see what happens. And, I mean, it could go to Game 7. I mean, that crowd's going to be jacked Friday night, I'll tell you that much. Ooh, that parking lot in Dodger Stadium is going to be rough because it's really not a very well laid out parking lot, to be honest with you. So, um, it's got pissed off fans. They've been drinking. I mean, the Dodger fans drink. And those Canadian fans, they don't really have violence in Canada, like after a sporting event. They might riot here and there, but like, you know, you mouth off to a Dodger fan, you could get fucking killed. So, they don't have like MS-13 and Venice Shoreline Crips running around the Rogers Center. Well, they do at Dodger Stadium. So, yeah, I mean, if I were Jays fans, I mean, I remember I went to a Pittsburgh Steeler Raider game when they were at the Coliseum. And that was the game where weed is legal too, where the Steelers running back tandem was Barry Foster and Bam Morris, just to give you an idea of the time frame. And that was the game. I want to say the Steelers beat the Raiders 21-7. It's a very close game. But in a way it wasn't, because the Steelers were just dominating on the ground. And that's the game that the Raider fans threw the Steeler fan off the top level section of seats, and he died. And let me tell you something. I remember telling the person I was with, we were both Steeler fans. Yeah, you got that right, Willie. 100% there. That's funny. Welcome aboard, Willie. I believe you're new to the stream, but welcome. We always welcome a funny troll in the stream, or a fan, or whatever. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. I mean, the last time I was in the Dodger Stadium parking lot, they had beaten. They beat the Oakland A's like 19-2. So everyone was in a pretty good mood, but you could still tell there were some wild ethnics looking for action. And I was with this really hot girl, so I had to really play it cool. So once again, I like to do this. I think I'm the only streamer in the world who does do this. I like to let people know what other people are streaming right now, in case you're not a fan of my stand-up comedy, or you're just not a fan of me in general. We've got BYB is streaming right now. Nobody Likes Onions is streaming right now. Mersh, the great Mersh, is streaming right now. So, and Karmic X is streaming right now. So it's very heavy in the Dabbleverse. So you've got some, Chrissy Mayer is watching right now. And so, this is some Dabbleverse soldiers streaming right now. What up, Ross Incognito? How much were the tickets? Well, I went to the Dodgers A's game, and then the Dodgers Angel game the next day. So that was a very expensive date. Actually, back-to-back dates, different girls. The first night in the Athletic game, we were visiting dugout, maybe 3 rows back, center. I mean, great seats. They were pretty penny. Just trust me on that one. And then the more expensive tickets were the Friday night game against the Angels. I had my feet up on the dugout. So first row dugout, visitors. And let's just say it was I don't know how poor people go to Dodger games. I'll just say that. What up? Good evening. But the cool thing about those seats is you get to go to the Yamava Casino restaurant, which is behind home plate, and you get a buffet. Basically, it's a free buffet, but you're paying enough for the tickets. And great food. And so I look like a rock star to these 2 broads, So, waiting for a buddy of mine, got 4 seats behind the game for games 1 and 2. Oh, I don't doubt that at all. If I was going by myself, like my friend, I always like to give this guy a shout out. And SC, you may know him. He's basically Montreal's Howard Stern of sports radio, the great Gabriel Morency. He was sitting tonight, fifth row, left field. I wouldn't. I mean, the outfield's pretty wild in Dodger Stadium. There's a lot of narcotics. No, Dodger Stadium is in an area called, it's basically Los Feliz. So it's off the 5 and the 101. It's not in a great neighborhood, but it is a beautiful stadium. I mean, it's not exactly a neighborhood you'd want to be rolling around in at night, which is funny because it's probably the most, I'm sure it's the Dodgers and the Yankees are the two most valuable franchises in maybe all sports. Definitely the Dodgers. I mean, and they've never really remodeled the stadium that much. So if you went to a Dodger game in the 70s, outside the electronic scoreboards and some technology updates, it pretty much looks the same. I mean, I went to the World Series in '77 against the Yankees. And when I went to the two games earlier this year, the stadium looks the same except for the electronic scoreboards. We don't, I'm straight edge OD. I'm straight edge. Sorry to disappoint you. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go nosebleeds with a girl if, like SC, if you were in town and said, hey, let's go to the ball game. Hey, let's sit in the last row in the outfield, but, that's just how I look at it. But I'm not a big enough baseball fan where I would spend. COD, hit the subscribe button on your way out, though. I could have ignored your question, but I didn't. I bet. I mean, I would definitely not pay $1,000, but I'm not a huge baseball fan. Now, Stanley Cup Finals, when the Kings won their first cup in 2012 against the Rangers, I was offered a seat. The game they clinched it was at home, $2,500. And I'll never forget, I was on my couch right there. And I'm like, fuck, man, it's worth it if they win it, but if they don't. And they did win it that night. And it was OT game too, Alex Martinez. I mean, just. And then the same thing 2 years later when they won once again at home. It's pretty rare to win if you've only won 2 cups, it's rare to say you won both at home, but I might do it for a hockey game. So, yeah, hit the like and subscribe button, you palming bastards. What up, Juggalette Jen? Plug your YouTube page. Fuck it. Because I trust you. Everyone, welcome Juggalette Jen as a moderator. Lacrosse was way too dirty for me, and hockey I was good at. Hockey I was good at from day one, because I was I've pretty much been the same size since the 4th grade. So, hockey was something that, I liked the rough and tumble aspects of the game. So just follow Kip Smith's lead, Juggalette Jen. We don't get too many troublemakers in here. Now, when we do the PCL crossover, some of the Perry crew, they like to extend their feuds from there to here, but they get shut down pretty fast. Yeah, but they were innocent. That's the funny thing. They were innocent. That's the uh, that's the sad thing. You know, those kids' lives were ruined, and they never even got a fucking apology. What up, Big Bones motherfucking Jones in the house? Yeah, I mean, we don't get too much trouble in here, Jen. Um, I was TB. Only TB, you might, TB, I'm going to make an executive decision right now. You will be the second person allowed in here to type in all caps at your leisure. At your leisure. You don't have to, but I'm just saying you've been given that privilege. Juggalette Jen, for those of you who don't know, Juggalette Jen is the newest moderator. But Juggalette Jen, there's only one person allowed in here to type in all caps, and that is Peter the Chicken Man Brennan, um, and now TB as well. Also, all Jeff Ross insults can be in rough cut form, all caps. What are your thoughts on the mothership taking phones away? Well, the Comedy Store does the same thing. And I actually like it because the one show I did do at the mothership, the crowd was, that's a very gay movie, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I don't know what was going on there, but um, a lot of gay innuendo. But I just taped a Nightmare on Elm Street 5 because my friend was the girl's father in it. He'd always come into the gym. I mean, hey, you're the dad from Nightmare on Elm Street. I think he was in 3 through 5 as the dad. Real Piazza, but I mean, there was some real deal Piazza, um, like innuendos specifically in that movie. I was called Baby Huey at one point too. I mean, I've literally been 6'1" or whatever I am, a little over 6 feet since. Yeah, they really should have, Willie. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if the director was gay and he was just doing it for some laughs. Because the first time Nightmare on Elm Street was kind of scary. It's still one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in a theater. Now, the scariest movie I've ever seen in a theater, 1980, My Bloody Valentine. Incredibly scary. Because it was a small Canadian budget. It was basically an independent film. And so they had no money really. So, and the actors weren't big actors. So you really felt like you were watching almost a documentary. Um, so I think Friday the 13th came out first. So getting back to the mothership question, I enjoyed it because the crowd was a lot more engaged. You know, I had a girl the other night on her phone in the front row. I probably on her Instagram or texting someone, and I was having such a good set. I didn't really care. If I was kind of bombing, I might have gone after her a little bit. And she was being really fucking rude about it. Now, I don't know how she got her phone in because the Comedy Store locks your phones as well. They put them in what's called yonder bags. Wait, hold on. Is everything you do a constant distraction from the fact that our existence won't? I mean, you're gonna have to write that in English, baby. Um, that our existence won't ever be remembered. Well, yeah, I don't really care to be honest with you. I live in the present, baby. If I'm reading your question correctly. Um, no, they are. Trust me, they are. She must have. I don't know. Maybe came in late. I don't know. It was just weird. That was my first thought. Was how are you on your phone right now? They're just hardcore because they want the comics to be able to have the feeling of saying anything. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for that, TB. Yeah, I mean, I'm 57. So I'm probably right now 6.5, a shade over 6 feet. I don't know how to say it when you're in between 6 feet and 6'1". I'd say I'm about 200 pounds right now. I don't weigh myself, but I have been taking a lot of hot yoga lately, so I've lost a few pounds. Is it true the mothership does that to prevent their comics from getting canceled? I mean, I don't know if that's the reason specifically to be. I don't know anything about the mothership and their business acumen or why they do things. I just think Joe wants the comics there to, hey, if you want to drop an N bomb, drop it. No one's going to hear it outside the people in this room. And the crowd almost wants that kind of humor. Like the one time I played there, I have a really funny story about the first time I heard the N word. Um, I mean, it's a really fucking funny story, but it's not as funny unless I can say that word on stage. I've tried it with a few other words, replacement words, and it's just not. And so one time I'm at the Comedy Store and light crowd in the OR, but enough to, I'm doing well or whatever. I'm not killing, but I'm doing well. And yeah, 100% William Zoom in the house. And there was a huge black guy in the front row, gigantic black guy. I thought it was Aaron Donald. Now, to be honest with you, it might have been. And so a bunch of comics in the back were like, "Hey, Earl," and he was sitting by himself. And he was like, "Hey, Earl, why don't you do your N-word story now?" And the guy looks at me and goes, "What is it?" I'm like, "Well, I have to say that word, or else it's not as funny." And he's like, "You can say it, but you better hope it's funny." And he was kind of kidding, but not really. So I tell the story, and he laughed because it is it's just my really the joke is my naivete of what that word meant. And I said, "Hey, man, I got about 8 more jokes with that word in it. Can I let them rip?" And he's like, "Not if you want to walk off this stage." I'm like, no problem. So huge Newport. I mean, big. Like it might have been Aaron Donald. Um, but yes, Juggalette Jen is now a moderator. And, I did that, one, because she's cool. And two, I don't see Flat Cat Jessica in here anymore. And Gina Babina is rarely in here. So, it's all good. I love both of those girls. But I also, Flat Cat, I think, now someone told me Melton ran her off the internet, but I don't get involved in those fucking feuds. So I rarely stream as late as I used to, like at 3 or 4 in the morning. Um, I think when Yonder Wizard would give me the Yonder Wizard raid at like 3 or 4 in the morning, yeah, man, I'm gonna take over this time slot, but it hasn't happened in a while. So, um, but I like the Yonder bags at the mothership and at the Comedy Store. The crowd's more engaged. But at the mothership, as I was doing that joke, I think as the punchline is coming, I'm saying, well, the punchline involves me saying a word I can't say on stage. So I'm going to replace that word. And the whole crowd was like, "No, say it, say it." I'm like, "You want me to say the word? What word do you think I want to say?" And some guy in the crowd yelled it out. I'm like, "Jesus, man." And Rogan was upstairs watching. I'm like, fuck that. Yeah, I mean, the 80s. I don't think he works there. I think he's the opening act for Kill Tony, like the warm-up act, as well as in Red Band's Club. He's a very talented musician, so he's someone who is doing quite well in Austin. Would he do as well out here? I don't know, because they don't really have a warm-up act out here. It's just a random comic. But he's a good dude too. Like he gave me my largest audience ever. I think one night he had 1,600 people from his stream come into mine. So A Valley Girl's a great movie. Um, I loved Valley Girl. I had the biggest crush on Deborah Foreman. And that scene where they go to the punk rock nightclub in the beginning and at the end, that's the Viper Room. So it's and then I went to high school in Sherman Oaks, so a lot of those um, places they went to in the movie, I like, oh, that's Orange Julius on Ventura and Woodman. So it was kind of like Valley Girl was almost like a documentary, um, but a great era um, for horror movies as well because you didn't have CGI and all that shit. So today horror movies are just ruined with special effects. Yeah, and like Deborah Foreman was like she's still pretty. I saw a recent picture of her, and like she's held up pretty well. You had girls like Deborah Foreman and Jenny Wright, and girls who look like girls you went to high school with. Like you watch, like that's why I like Sydney Sweeney so much. Like she looks like a girl I went to high school with. You know, and that picture of her yesterday eating the hot dog. Hello. So yes, William Zoom is the best Juggalette Jim, and Rob Zombie did a great job in the new Michael Myers movie. Interesting, interesting. But I don't like these new, like what made the first Halloween so fucking scary was it. There weren't great special effects. I mean, the lack of technology, I think, actually enhanced the story. Like, go watch the original My Bloody Valentine. It's fucking and watch it in the dark. It is fucking scary, man. And because it's an unknown cast, I think the one guy from that movie I've ever seen in anything else was the one sheriff in Rambo who had the broken nose, so he wore the white thing over his nose the rest of the movie. Um, because I think a lot of Rambo was filmed in Vancouver, and he was a Canadian actor. So, well, I think the thing with the movies nowadays, any movies, there's too much special effects and CGI. Look at the Fast and Furious movies. I mean, they look like a video game. Whereas you look at Cobra. Cobra's a great example of a movie that had zero special effects. Even the car chase was, you it felt like a real car chase. And now that there was that one Fast and Furious movie where they ended up in fucking outer space. Like, what the fuck? I mean, come on, man. The Thing was a great early special effects movie. What was that, 80? I know Escape from New York was 80, so what was The Thing, 82? Um, so, yeah, we don't talk about the human centipede in here. Yeah, I mean, but I get, like, that's why I love 80s action movies because, I mean, Predator was not a great special effects movie. I mean, the Predator effects were kind of not low budget, but, you know, low level technology wise, but it actually worked. So, I mean, Warriors still holds up because it's a fucking great script. Um, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. 82. Um, I mean, the Warriors. If you look at the Warriors, like I've seen the Warriors. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen the Warriors. Hundreds of times, maybe. Same thing with Rocky, and both movies hold up because they're not reliant on special effects. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, New World Entertainment and Canon Films. We have not talked about. I haven't seen either one. Um, but I mean, here's the thing for you Warriors freakers. Are you still going for Gutfeld or maybe go for the? I mean, I've done all I can to get on Gutfeld, and usually when a comic says that, it's like, well, there's something more you could do. I mean, I could harass them, I guess, but that's not going to help. The way I look at it is Rob Schneider reached out twice to them. This manager I'm working with, if I believe him, he reached out twice to them. So that's 4 times. This producer slash director, I know he reached out twice to them. I reached out once. So that's 7 times. And 2 things have happened. Either they saw the materials I sent and they didn't like it, which is possible. I mean, it's not likely, but they may not like my shtick. or they haven't even gotten to them. So I don't think reaching out anymore is going to help. So, um, I was asked the other day if I wanted to do Comics Unleashed, and I really don't want to. It's like they, it's a definite second tier level of comics that they use on that show. And nobody has gotten work off of Comics Unleashed. Like, I know people have gotten a massive bump off of Gutfeld. I mean, Jamie Lasalle, who took my gig as Rob Schneider's opener, he went from basically being an unknown road comic, and that's not a knock on Jamie. It's just, I think he would agree with that, to he can play theaters. He can play, in some cases, the same theaters Rob plays. Tyrus is touring theaters. So, I can't imagine I won't get it eventually, but I'm not gonna try anymore. Like it's like asking a girl out 7 times. Like, you lose a little bit of enthusiasm for asking her out an eighth time. Um, so I just don't like Austin, man. I'm not a huge fan of the scene, to be honest with you. I never say never. I mean, the only thing I say never with, and I mean it, is I will never roast battle again, ever. There's not a scenario in the world that would have me do that again, whether it be the local show or the television show. Um, but, in terms of doing Kill Tony, I might do it, but then I'd have to go to Austin. And I don't like the LA comics in Austin. Actually, the funny thing is I like the Austin comics better than my friends who are there. But what are you gonna do? Well, I mean, Tyrus is, he's got a nice second career after wrestling. I mean, most pro wrestlers, um, they don't do well after the wrestling's over. But Tyrus, he was basically a mid card jobber, so he's transitioned quite nicely. What else turns you off about Austin? Um, I mean, really, a lot of the LA comics who move there are thinking, I just don't understand the thinking of, now Adam Egan's the booker of the mothership. And it's like, Adam didn't book you in Los Angeles. What the hell makes you think he's going to book you there? So, yeah. Oh, I mean, I could call Red Band tomorrow and say, hey, can I do Kill Tony next week? I'm probably on it. I don't feel like interacting with David Lucas or William Montgomery. Like, I don't respect either of them, or Hans Kim. Like, not, no offense to him because he's a nice guy, but like, uh, I'd rather get Gutfeld. And then I think that's the type of show that where the dominoes would start to fall. Then Tony calls, hey, you want to do Kill Tony? And hey, let me talk to Joe, and blah 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 blah. It's just how the game works. Did someone say do I think Austin is the new Boston? I mean, it's definitely more people are going. I mean, put it this way: no one moves to Boston to do comedy. Now, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, but um, I mean, I never say never. Would I do Kill Tony again? Maybe. I mean, I haven't talked to Tony in a while, so I mean, really, the last time I spoke with him was when I was in Austin. What was that, a year and a half ago? So, um, I mean, we'll see. Um, I just, my path, I want to do Gutfeld first. Because again, then it gives me a little more, not star power, but like, it gives me a little more traction. Um, so, I mean, and to be honest with you, SC, roasting's just not my jam anymore. I mean, I'll always have war wounds from roasting / roast battles, so it's not something that I necessarily want to do again. I mean, what's my strategy? Well, I'm certainly, I don't have a strategy for Austin because, um, I'm not an Austin guy. So my strategy is hopefully to never go there again. No, I mean, I would go back there if I had some shit going on because then you're treated with a little more respect. I mean, like right now, to be honest with you, I don't. So I'm just going to be treated like another LA comic trying to, get their cheese. Yeah, we don't do the all caps in here, Cashmere, and try and be funny. You can do better than that. Um, no, I mean, wait. No, I mean for all. Oh, for I mean, well, I don't know what their strategy is. I mean, I'm assuming it's to get in at the mothership, and then I don't think a lot of them think. Oh, let's just say Adam passes you at the mothership. Well, you're going to be going on first or last, and I don't getting in at any club is really what you make of it. I mean, I've been passed at the Comedy Store for 11 years now. Am I famous? Not really, but it's a great place to invite agents, managers, casting people, and yeah, I mean basically Boulder Johnny. Well, I mean, it's just like, I know a few people who got in at the mothership and then, they're going last in the little boy room and, no industry is seeing you there. So it might be fun to perform there, but like, is it going to help you? I don't know. I mean, maybe Rogan walks in one night and goes, "Hey, let me have this guy in the pod." Something like that could happen. But well, I mean, that tells you everything when Shop doesn't get spots there, and I guess Callan does, but like, oh, I don't know what happened. Type it out again, Matt Acoustic. Type it out again. We're an open forum in here. I was too young to hang out on the strip in the '80s. I mean, but a lot of people get in at the Comedy Store, and they're not ready, and then you go on a lineup. I mean, like that lineup I was on, at the Comedy Store the other night. You had some fucking bangers in there, and you had headlining comic after headlining comic after headlining comic after headlining comic, and I close out the show. Um, I mean, I could headline if I chose to, but I just, I make enough money in voiceovers and other endeavors that I don't have to hump all over the country to headline B clubs. So, um, you know, like the problem is you get past in these situations. Like, you get past at the mothership. It's a lot of hungry comics at the mothership. And now the Austin comics are even hungrier because they know Adam's an LA booker, so he's going to probably book LA comics that he liked. I mean, a guy like Ryan O'Neal just bought, or not bought, but rents an apartment there. So, now O'Neal's going to come in and muscle in on your spots. So the Austin comics are hungry, and the LA comics are hungry. Like people like O'Neal, like they go to the mothership. They don't fuck around, and so you got to be ready because you're going to be on a lineup and you're going to have to follow Ryan O'Neal, and he's tough to follow because he does great crowd work. He's really funny, and you might be the king of the Austin open mic scene, but there ain't no Ryan O'Neals in that scene. Well, now you're with the big boys, and good luck. So, what day is our Lolo coming home? Probably Monday. Probably Monday. Well, no, I mean they're not all homeless, but yeah, I mean Brian Simpson is someone who moving to Austin, like he's in with Rogan, so that makes total sense. He had a Netflix special, and Joe loves him, and but he's a hard worker. I mean, dude, I made Brian Simpson once wait 3.5 hours at potluck, and I said, bro, I'll try and get you on, and it's overwhelming when you host potluck at the store. And he sat there for 3.5 hours, and fuck, Fraser Smith showed up, and I had to fucking tell Brian, hey man, I can't put you up. I'm sorry, Fraser's here. He was really cool about it. Um, Earl, you should invest in some apartments from there to rent out. Nah, I mean, I don't really want to, deal with that shit. I mean, I think I'll go back to Austin eventually, but I really want to get a new TV credit, and then I go there with a little bit of clout. Um, Same thing with New York. The Stand has given me an open invite. I mean, they contact me, say, "Hey, we'd love to have you whenever and I'm saying, "Oh, I'm trying to do this," and obviously, I would go at the Stand if I got Gutfeld. Um, Yeah, well, I mean, you look at the one guy who, there was a guy named Malcolm Hatchett out here who was an early Kill Tony. He was like the first breakout star in the LA Kill Tony scene, and he's homeless now. He's literally crazy walking the streets. So, Corollas, yeah, but that club sucks in Burbank, Flappers. But his studio is right there, so I could see him doing that. Um, oh, thank you, philosophical deepness. 100%. Hit the like and subscribe button, baby. If you're a real fan, you'll do that. We'll go 15 minutes here, guys. We don't fucking grift in here. We just do a nice tight hour stream. I mean, Flappers is the worst club maybe in the country. It's an old Mexican restaurant that two failed comics started, and like they put themselves on the lineups. I mean, like who does that? Do you still perform at the Ice House? No, it's a new booker there. I don't think he really likes me. Like he came up to me last year at the store. He was the head of the Netflix festival. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get you some spots. I just can't headline you." And it's like, and I'm saying to myself, I know who you're headlining. I have more TV credits than all of them. What? So I was like, okay, don't do me any favors, Chief. And if you look at the lineups at the Ice House, they're awful. I mean, they're awful. So I don't really care to do it. Um, Where's your all-time? What the fuck? The Butthole Surfers. It's like what? Uh, oh, okay. I mean, I know there's a Side Splitters in Tampa that's quite popular. Like Florentine is there a lot and whatnot. So it was a legit nightclub, but I mean, Roxbury has not. That's been shut down for 20 years. And then it became Pink Taco, and now it's a vacant building. So, I mean, well, I just remember I was looking for a Bon Jovi cassette. That shows you how long it was, probably mid 80s. And I just was like, Butthole Surfers. Nashville Pussy's kind of a funny name. There's a thrash band, I think, called Anal Cunt. Uh, mm. So that we don't do all caps in here. We're gonna call you AA. I mean, because that guy, who was it, Harry Basil, um, he runs it, and he's like some hacky comic from the '80s, and I know some of my friends who've done it. He like tells you what material to do. It's like fuck off. No, I'm not on with Florentine tomorrow. I wasn't asked, so, and I'm not going to beg to be on it. And I was watching some stream earlier. I think it was BYB, and they were sniping somebody, and like there was a guest who would have been my slot, and they're making fun of him, and like it's like fuck off, man. I'm not getting involved in these feuds, and like I have great chemistry with Gems, but I'm good. I don't really. I'm done with these shows. Boulder Johnny, $5 for the motherfucking tip jar. I have not talked to John Barbados lately. He sold the brand to Lions Capital, which also is runs All Saints. So when I buy a John Barbados leather jacket now, he doesn't have anything to do with it. So thank you, Boulder Johnny, very much. Um, So we'll see. The Bloody Stools. I've never heard of them. We'll see what happens. I don't foresee myself going on any shows with Chad because he's just too hot. Juggalette Jen sent one Earl Skakel membership. Thank you, Juggalette Jen and Rudy. You thank Juggalette Jen, you son of a bitch. I thought you were already a member, you bastard. So, I don't like being caught up in, they just snipe too much. Like, I had a good time with, I'll give it to you, Juggalette Jen. Hey, what if I just had all female mods? No. Kip Smith sent one Earl Skakel membership. A. Thompson, you better give it up, like Casey and the Sunshine Band said. I had a good time with Chad doing the Bad Guys podcast where we would get these. We had a girl who worked in a studio and she would get these '80s bad guys who were still alive, and me and Chad had a really good time doing it. But he's so controversial, and now he's into this feud with Lady KB and the body shaming and all that, and then. So if I do a show with Chad and Florentine tomorrow, someone's sniping it, and then I get the blowback, and that's like I'm not even giving back. I'm just getting the blowback. So I'm good on that. I really, I'm good on that. So I will not. Now I will be listening to that stream tomorrow, and I don't get paid. I heard Kevin brag about paying Ray DeVito $12,000 one year. And I've done, I think, 30 or so MLC episodes. I've never been paid $1. And it's to me, it's the principle. I don't care about the $100 he would pay me. But when you're paying Hope Gutierrez, who brings nothing to the table, Clearwater Chad, who, no offense to him, he seems like a nice guy, but he brings nothing to these streams. You're paying them $100 or whatever they're getting paid, and let's get Earl. He'll do it for free. Not anymore, baby. And MLC will survive without me, but you know what? I'll survive without it. Well, I mean, but for me, it's also the principle. Like, I don't need the $100 per se. But if you're paying everyone but me, it's just disrespectful to me. At least that's how I look at it. No, yeah, philosophical. We can, this is the great thing about this stream. We talk about really what you guys want to talk about. I'm just the bartender. Oh, do we have a new member? Who did I miss? I'm sorry. Didn't. Let me see. Philosophical dopeness. Welcome to Bonzo Berry. So. Thank you very much, Kip, for bringing that up. That's why I have moderators, because I'm old as fuck and my vision did not see that. New scum, that guy. So I would love to be on Gutfeld with that bastard. Who do I like? I mean, the Kings are coming on. They won 5 straight on the road. My friend Jeff Malott scored a goal last night. Corey Perry scored another goal last night. I mean, it's too early. It's 10 games in, but I still think the Panthers are going to win the cup again. I mean, I know they lost to the Anaheim Ducks yesterday, but they're going to make some moves at the deadline, and with Barkov out until the playoffs, if that, they can use his salary cap to get somebody. Oh shit, Willie Bremford, $10. I'm dropping a 10 spot, so like and subscribe because it's free, you palming ghouls. Also, happy Halloween. Fuck yeah. Anyone who uses ghouls in their description gets the double gun. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Rimford. I don't stream for money. If that was the case, I would have stopped streaming about a year and a half ago. But thank you very much. And the Panthers have the goaltending. I mean, they'll be back, and the Rangers. They're going to make some moves. Edmonton, you got the best player in the game and probably the best goal scorer in the game in Draisaitl. They're going to make some moves. I think Jack Roslovic on that team will do quite well. Vegas will always be in it. That winner, that owner is like Jack King Cook and the Redskins. He used to do, I don't care about young players, just trade for the fucking old guys who can win us a cup this year. I don't give a shit about 3 years from now. So, that's a risky way to do it because at some point, you're going to have an old team with no prospects, but, they'll cross that bridge when they get to it, I guess. It's going to be, I don't know. I think, it's Vegas and, I think it'll be, I was just talking about them the other day. They've won basically the whole 7 years they've played there. And they sell out. It's a great fan base, but it'll be interesting to see when they start going down. There's just too much to do in Vegas. And I don't know if hockey is, a high up on a lot of people's radar there. If you remember Jack King Cook, and this is what he did when he owned the Kings. People kind of forget he owned the Lakers, Kings, and dollars total. And with the Kings, they would trade all their first round picks for like older players. Like they could have drafted Ray Bork, and they traded it for, just some aging French guy. They could have had Ron Duguay. They traded the pick. They could have had Tom Barrasso. They traded the pick. They had Billy Smith, I think, for like 5 games. They traded him to the Islanders for an old dude. Like if they would have kept even a quarter of the guys they could have drafted or traded or kept and not traded, wow. So I think that's the Vegas Golden Knights. The T-Birds, yes, Skinny Gwen Miller, the Guatemalan Flyer, Ralphie Valaderas. So he just, I don't know who the Golden Knights owner is. I was probably there, TB. When did the T-Birds fault? That's interesting. Danny O'Reilly, number 5, he was like the enforcer. I never knew that shit was fake. I'd always wonder as a kid, how come the T-Birds always win on the last play? Great announcer. He was like the motocross announcer, same style. All right, guys, get your last minute questions in. We'll go another 5 minutes. We'll go to 1 hour and 5 minutes. Been a cool stream. No Perry Caravello bump tonight. I don't believe Perry is streaming. But because I'm a good person, we've got Nobody Likes Onions is streaming right now. We've got, I believe Karmic X was streaming. I don't know if he still is. Mersh, yes, Nightwave Radio. Mersh is right now. He looks like he's talking about Gino Bisconte. So you have some streaming options. When I leave in 5 minutes, we've got Chrissy Mayer catching up with Chrissy. So there you go. You've got 3 or 4 streaming options. Well, Willie, gay or straight, you're welcome in here. No, not really. I didn't even know there was a heavyweight fight last weekend. Granny is on. Can you stream from the Halloween parade? I will, but I've got to be careful because, The Halloween parade, there's a lot of nudity. I mean, guys just walking around with their dicks out, tits out. You see pussies. You see dicks that used to be pussies, pussies that used to be dicks. I mean, it's so I don't want to get my channel struck. So I have to be real careful. But it is fun, and there's music as well. So I don't want to get dinged for that. Oh, interesting. That's awesome, TB. TB, you can probably match me with your stories. I'm a big Bozio fan. I used to go see Bees in that play. I think it was a bar on Ventura and Sepulveda. So would that be Sherman Oaks or Studio? That'd be Sherman Oaks. Sunday nights, he just did jazz night. I think he was bald too, so no one really knew it was him. I think his brother. MLB update is the Dodgers are down 3 games to 2 Friday and Saturday. They're really rushing through this World Series. I mean, 3 games in a row. I mean, that seems a bit much. And then Friday and Saturday, hockey does the opposite. They prolong the shit out of that. So I gotta watch that show, Mayor of Diggstown. I hear it's good. Blue Jays are 1 win away from the World Series champions. Yes, Sherman Oaks Galleria. It was on the opposite side of Ventura. So think where that place is, Crave. It's like an all-night diner. It was before Mel's Diner, but on that same side of the street. So, um, I mean, 2-3-2 is good if you win one of those first games on the road. But if you don't, and I mean, it definitely. I mean, I like the traditional 2-2, 1-1-1, but I'm sure they're trying to save on travel costs. You got billion-dollar franchises, and they're skimping on $100,000 flight, which is a lot of money, but not if you're worth $1 billion. Yeah, it's the Jeremy Renner show. I hear it's a good show, but I've not watched it. I'm struggling to get through this season of Tulsa King. I mean, I love Stallone. The man can do no wrong in my book. But you know, let's see. Let's see what Melton's talking about. We're not going to snipe him, but I just want to see what he's talking about. He is. I don't know what he's. Can't really tell what he's talking about. But hey, hit the like and subscribe button. Connie Lingus, what up? What up? Good night, Juggalette Jim. I'll see you in my dreams tonight. It's a good Kiss song. See you in my dreams tonight. The party's over. All right, he's sniping a comedy show. He's sniping Gino. Well, I might watch this, but I won't snipe. I believe in not sniping, so. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I think Tulsa King. 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. And everyone, welcome Juggalette Jen to being a moderator. Rambo is a great movie. It never gets old. I don't know. Melton is streaming. It looks to be a stand-up set from Gino, so I don't know. I don't want to snipe Melton. I believe in not sniping people. Now, the other day we did snipe Mr. Kill Everything just because he had, I think, passed out. So I thought that was funny. But Earl Skakel in the house. 1 more minute, guys. Like I said, we don't grift for money, honey, on here. We don't do hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of streaming. I don't do that in here. Earl, did you eat at Yes. No, I ate at Westwood. I took a lot of dates up to that top floor, Monty's in Westwood. Very dark. Always sat in a booth. I think I got a hand job once in one of the booths. Everything's funnier when you do that. Do you think? Let's try that theory out. I'll do one joke with no effects, and then I'll do the same joke. Do you think Jared from Subway was set up by Quiznos? Not the best joke, not the worst joke. But now let's do this. Do you think Jared from Subway was set up by Quiznos? It's just funnier. Great. Yes, she does. Um, I know, no lube needed, if you know what I'm saying. Um, I would show that video right now. It always pops up. For those of you not knowing the inside baseball jokey joke, I did a video. Let's see what it's called. Let's see, and you guys can watch it. I can't play it because um, it is, it's got music to it, so I can't really play it on my channel. I don't want to get um, sniped, but it actually is a good video, but it's unfortunate, how things, here we go. So it is, let's see here, hold on. So we'll just do this. Want everyone to watch this video. Well, I'm a paid regular at every club in the country. So I don't think so. I mean, I'm passed at more clubs in New York than he is, and he's from New York and was on Howard Stern. What does that tell you? Anyway, Connie Lingus, it is a. Let's turn the volume down. We'll turn the volume down. Maybe we'll end the stream. This is, you guys are into silent film, so here we go. Let's see if it's better. We'll turn the volume down. Silent film. Whoa! Now let's see what it's like. Is it better? No, it's just. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, we might have to start that over again. What the fuck? Hold on here. Let's go back. We're gonna have to go back here. Yes, here we go. William Zoom might be able to answer that question. I don't know. Yeah, Pat Dixon went live, so here we go. Let's go to Pat Dixon's stream. He's never helped me out, but I don't do things to be helped out. But you think every now and then he'd throw his audience my way. But he does like 6-hour streams. I can't do that shit, to be honest with you. Making love out of nothing at all. Now go and watch this video in your own time and with the music on. I mean, it's not quite the same without the music. I've been eating Del Taco the last 3 years. I really missed Antanas. Oh, sorry, my bad. That's the alternate lyrics. Alternate lyrics. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button. Well, I think she's funny. See, I cannot like someone, but she's very funny, to be honest with you. I mean, yes, it was a bad breakup, but no, we'll go here. We just get the full view. Yes, the great Mark Maron. Earl Skakel in the house. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'm just giving you a little bonus entertainment there. And I'm actually surprised this video didn't happen in real life, to be frank. But, well, she is now. Trust me on that one. Now, to give you the behind the scenes on this video, I was off camera throwing blood in her face. Because I don't want to get dinged on the audio. Kip. Every time I play music on my channel, I must be on the list because I get dinged. You can see still I have a big dick. I mean, look at that. It's pretty big for soft. It's for Juggalette Jen. Let's get that video out viral. So there you go. Hit the like and subscribe button. Pat Dixon is live now. Tell him I sent you. And Earl Skakel in the house. I appreciate the love and support. I bought it. It wasn't my leather jacket, but I bought it. That's a factual jacktual. I probably outfitted her dates for the last 3 years. So, come on, Rick Jones. I don't talk about like that. But let's get to 40 likes, and then I'll end the stream. Thank you for the financial rewards tonight. As the great William Zoom told me, Earl, you're the bartender, and you're not getting super chats. You're getting tips. Now, tomorrow I'm selling T-shirts at the Vagos bike night at the Rainbow Bar and Grill. So I don't think I'll be live streaming from there because they like their anonymity. And trust me, I'm not going to get on the bad side of them. Bet on that. So I'll probably stream earlier in the day, about 4 p.m. So EA Sports, it's in the game. This is CNN. Well, Calrissian, did he survive? So thank you guys. We're a small group in here. I mean, I see 700 people right now watching planes take off from the Vegas airport. But are you tough enough for my love? Close your eyes to the heaven above. I'm coming home, doo-doo-doo, I'm coming home. I took a ride down the road I was spinning for the rest of my life. I feel your heart beating, baby. Ooh, sometimes it cuts like a knife. That's the great Cinderella. Earl Skakel. Over and under on seeing boobs tomorrow. A Vagos event at the Rainbow. I mean, it gets pretty wild. I volunteered to sell the T-shirts. Trust me on that one. Skakel, over and out.